It is a delight to be with you, young scholars. I remain your host, Mr. Utogile. In this class, I'll be teaching you the topic Mensuration of plane shapes. So, what then is mensuration? I'll tell you. Mensuration is the process of measuring or calculating the length, areas, and volumes of geometric shapes. So there are different plane shapes that we have. Plane shapes are two-dimensional shapes in nature with considerable length and breadth. There are several plane shapes in mathematics, some of which I will just highlight in this class. Examples of plane shapes are, you have the rectangle. Then apart from the rectangle, you also have squares. Some other plane shapes, other examples are the parallelogram. You have the triangle. Remember, a triangle is a shape, is a polygon with three sides. You have the examples of quadrilaterals like trapezium. You have the rhombus. You have the kite, as well as the circle. These are all examples of plane shapes. In this class, I will be teaching you how to find their perimeter and the areas of plane shapes. The first one I'll be teaching you is how to find the perimeter and the area of a rectangle. The perimeter of a rectangle is 2 brackets. The formula is 2 brackets L plus W, or you may as well say 2L plus 2W. While the area of a rectangle is the length times the width, or the length times the breadth. Let's take a first example. A rectangular carpet that is 12 cm long has the same area as a square carpet that has a perimeter of 36 meters. How wide is the rectangular carpet? So the first thing we are going to do is to deduce the length of the square. The perimeter of a square is 4L, and so when you divide the perimeter by 4, you are going to have the length of the square to be 9 meters. So having gotten the value of the length of the square, you then substitute it into the formula for the area of a square to get the area of the square. We know that the area of a square is L squared, so the square of 9 will be 81. But as we were told in the question, the area of the square is equal to that of the rectangle. And so you are going to have, but the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. So you have 81 being equal to 12 times W. When you divide 81 by 12, you have 6.75. So the width of the rectangle is 6.75. So let's take the area and perimeter of another shape, which is the parallelogram. The area of a parallelogram is the breadth times the height, while the perimeter is 2 brackets A plus B, which is the summation of all the sides of the parallelogram. So you have a diagram of the parallelogram on your screen, and you are told to find the perimeter and the area of the parallelogram. Of course, the perimeter of the parallelogram will be 2 brackets A plus B. And when you substitute the length of the side, which is 10 plus 13, you are going to have 46 meters as the perimeter of the parallelogram. The next thing we are going to do is to find the area of the parallelogram. The area of the parallelogram will be the breadth times the height of the parallelogram. The breadth of the parallelogram is the base, like the base of the parallelogram, which is 13, times the height, which is 7. So you get the answer. Sometimes you may be given the two sides of a parallelogram and the included angle. Like in this question, we are told to find the area. So the area this time around, you use another formula, which is AB sine theta. So you multiply the two sides, which is 10 times 16, sine 60 degrees. And then you are going to have 138.56. That will be the area of the parallelogram. The next shape we'll be taking a look at is the triangle, how to find the perimeter and the area of the triangle. So let's take a question that involves the perimeter of a triangle. Of course, the perimeter of any shape is the distance around the shape. So you are told to find the perimeter of this triangle, whose sides have been given on the screen. So the perimeter will be a summation of all the three sides of the triangle, which is 40 plus 90 plus 70. And you are going to have 200 meters as the answer. Next, I'll be teaching you how to find the area of a triangle. In the first case, when you are given the breadth and the height of the triangle, the area will be half the base of the triangle times the height. Let's take a question involving it. You are told to find the area of this triangle that you see on the screen. So the base of the triangle is 15, while the height is 16. So area of this triangle will be half the base times the height, or the base times half the height. When you compute this, you are going to have 15 times 3, which is equal to 45 meters squared. The next case of how to find the area of a triangle is when you are given two sides and an included angle. In this case, the area will be half AB sine C. That will be the formula to find the area of the triangle when two sides and an included angle is given. So let's take an example involving it. You are told to find the area of the triangle whose size is 10 and 7 and have an included angle of 25. So the area will be half AB sine C, which is equal to half times 7 times half times 10 times 7, which is times 25, which is equal to 14.79. That will be the area of the triangle. The third one is when three sides of the triangle are given and no other information is given about the triangle. You use a formula in mathematics called the Heron's formula, named after the inventor Heron. The formula is the area root s bracket s minus a, s minus b, and s minus c, where s is equal to the sum of the sides a plus b plus c divided by 2. When you substitute it into this formula, you'll be able to find the area of a triangle when three sides are given. An example is what you see on your screen. Let's find the area of this triangle, whose sides are 3, 4, and 5. And so the s will be equal to a plus b plus, which is 4 plus 5 plus 3 divided by 2, which will give you 6. Having gotten 6 as s, you substitute it into the Heron's formula, and then you are going to have 6 times 2 times 1 times 3, which is equal to 36. And by the time you take the square root of 36, you are going to have 6 as the answer. So that is how to apply the Heron's formula. The next shape I'll be teaching you is the trapezium. The area of the trapezium is equal to half bracket the sum of the parallel sides, which is a plus b, times the height of the trapezium. So let's take an example to explain how to use this formula. So you are told to find the area of this trapezium, whose parallel sides are 6 and 10, and has a perpendicular height of 4 centimeters. The solution will be area will be equal to half bracket 6 plus 10, which is the length of the parallel side, times 4, which is the perpendicular height. And when you evaluate this, you are going to have 32 centimeters as the area of the trapezium. So next, I will teach you an example on how to find the perimeter of the trapezium. You are told to find the perimeter of the shape below, and when you look at it, the shape is a trapezium. So the perimeter will be the distance round the shape, which is 5 plus 5 plus 4 and plus 8 meters. And when you evaluate this, you are going to have 22 meters. In the last part of this class, I'll be teaching you the shape called the rhombus. The area of the rhombus is the multiplication of the length of the diagonals divided by 2, which is d1 times d2 divided by 2. So let's take an example involving how to find the area of the rhombus. You are told to find the area of this rhombus whose diagonals are 12 centimeter and 4 centimeter. So let's take how we find the area. As I told you earlier, the area will be d1 times d2 divided by 2, which is 4 times 12 divided by 2, giving you 48 divided by 2. And 48 divided by 2 will give you 24 centimeters square. So that is it for today's class. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in my next class. Bye bye.